underlying energy is the Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups, excuse me. Underneath that is the Emperor. Now, I think you guys really busted your ass to get to a place where you can feel pretty happy about where you are in your love life. And I feel like this is living happily ever after, experiencing happily ever after, more so than completely ending a cycle between you and another person. I do have the King of Swords coming up in the heart of your reading. And now, if this is you guys, which I would believe so would be you because of the, the fact that you're a fixed sign and you would come up as a king, um, does raise some suspicion to me. And the reason why is because the King of Swords is not your energy. Now this person, on the other hand, however, is coming up as the Queen of Wands, which would be your other person. You wouldn't necessarily come up as a queen per se. You'd be more of a king, male or female, doesn't matter. This situation is this though. You're coming up with someone else's element, someone else's energy. So I wouldn't say that you're cutthroat or anything like that. I do think that you're very, serious though. And I feel like this is a new opportunity, a second chance with somebody from the past that is an air sign, okay? Or somebody that is very logical, very, good at communication. Or should be anyway. Someone's definitely mastered it. But you have another opportunity with somebody, that's definitely compatible with you, and you feel very connected with them, and they feel like they're your person, you're theirs, or they're your person, you are their person. Okay. Now in the past there was some confrontation. I can see that. I think there was excuse me. Sorry about the sneezing, guys. I do think that the seriousness did probably get a little bit crazy. We're here with the Knight of Swords, somebody charging in with their truth, not really thinking about how that may affect other people. Because Knight of Swords, can be kind of inconsiderate because they're not thinking about, well, how they approach their ideas and their things. There's nothing wrong with fighting for what you believe in. But sometimes you can charge in a little too fast and kind of be a little bit inconsiderate about what he's saying. But the situation is this. I feel like somebody may have came in charging for what they believe in, definitely communicating, talking about what they want, speaking from their heart, speaking from what they believe. And I feel like that kind of fighting, I guess it got you here with the Queen of Wands, a new opportunity, a second chance with somebody that you see as your person, see as your other half. Okay. Now this still could be you, right? You could feel more confident about yourself. You could feel very, action, not as action oriented. Obviously, you are very action oriented already, Leo. It's like your natural way of being. The Queen of Wands to me, though, is definitely giving me vibes of, definitely confidence, willing to do what they need to do to get what they want, just taking action and going after their dreams, going after what they want. And I feel like it's a new opportunity. It's a good opportunity for both of you, obviously. If this is another person, or just being authentic in your own energy, okay? And I feel like the King of Swords is also very authentic in itself, okay? It speaks their own truth, knows their own truth, and all that goodness. And I feel like with this King of Swords coming up, yeah, you're gonna be like, I feel like, yeah, you're gonna know what where you stand, what your beliefs are, and that kind of gives you like a nice, powerhouse to go ahead and feel more confident in yourself. Now you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the World coming up here. It's a second opportunity, but the World is coming up here as a sort of completion of a cycle. You have the Ten of Cups here, and then the Judgment card here, and the Tower. Those all those are kind of like endings in a way. Things that wrap things up, obviously, but start anew right after, especially the Tower and Judgment. And I feel like this is like a transition in a sense, but this is completing a cycle, a good one too. This is a successful completion. And I really see that you guys are, this is something that you guys have probably either been wanting to happen, or this is some sort of, reconnection and an opportunity to see how things are. Now, in the future, you have a decision to make. You don't have to make it now, because right now this is Venus retrograde. Nothing's really concrete. You don't want to make anything concrete during a Venus retrograde, especially when it comes to relationships. When it comes to relationships, don't bother doing it. Just don't do it, because just focus right now on yourself, how you feel, what your truths are. Observe, see how you are in relationships, what you're looking for in relationships, all that goodness. I know this may be the ideal for you right now, which is perfect. That's great. Don't make any solid decisions yet. This is why Judgment is in your future. Because I feel like you're going to need to review everything that you've gone through with this person, everything that you've been through. you know, with relationships, period, how much you've grown, how much you've learned, you know, just you're seeing that you're recognize how much you've changed through this process with this person. And I think you're going to come up with the best solution for you, the best options for you based off of who you are right then in that moment. But I feel like right now, this is about the connection, the reconnection between you and another person, and just getting to know each other again, really just being in each other's presence again. Now, your goal and ambition is showing the Six of Swords. I like this card because this does talk about travel. It does talk about, moving forward, leaving something behind, moving on. And I think that there's some sort of situation in the past that there was a little bit of aggression, but I feel like this second chance, this opportunity to get to know each other, because somebody's super stern here, guys. So these two here are stern individuals, two people that you definitely don't want to mess with. And I feel like you guys are getting an opportunity to really relearn each other or get to know each other again. And for some of you guys, if this is a totally new person, you're getting to know this individual by it, but they're helping you understand you. That's why they're coming up as the Queen of Wands. If they're not a fire sign already, if they're an air sign, which I do think this is. But I do get this feeling though, right? I do get this feeling that with the Six of Swords, that this is going to help you move on, help you move forward, help you embrace a new avenue in your life. You know what I mean? Leaving behind the familiar and embracing embracing something new. Now, I do think there's a international distance here because you have the Six of Swords in the world. Now, I'm missing one other card to really give me a long distance relationship sort of signal, but I feel like these two are pretty good enough in regards to that. I feel like you may be communicating a lot, long distance, and this is what makes this kind of situation another opportunity again, because I think maybe you guys are trying to do long distance again. You may be trying to, and that's cool, right? Nothing wrong with that. I do feel like, though, you're trying to move forward. You're trying to leave behind the old. You're trying to let bygones be bygones and embrace the new. So, with your outcome, you have the Tower. And the Tower talks about something coming up that you don't see coming. It's something that you don't even, you don't see coming. I think it's honestly a shatter foundation. If you're moving forward right now, I see the Tower as something that's totally going to rip the foundation from right underneath you. But that's going to give you the opportunity to create a new one. Now, the Tower and Judgment in the World, that's another thing in itself. Because those three, it's like an unexpected moment in time where you'll have to make a decision based off of who you are in that moment. And either way, whatever you decide, that is what's going, it's still going to be a world. It's going to be, I feel like it's still going to be the world situation. I still like it's going to be like a good ending. It may depend on how you may feel about how it ends. I feel like mostly content and, just knowing that you're wrapping it up and opening a new door. But I think that either way, whatever you decide to open, whatever door you decide to open, it's going to be for your benefit regardless, okay? So, let's go ahead and see what's going on with your Romance Angels cards this week or the next couple of weeks. Okay, express your love. And it says, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Wow, okay. I like that. It's really nice. And it's true. I mean, it's interesting. Express your love. The Queen of Wands is very good at expressing her little self. Okay. Very good at expressing herself. And I feel like and the King of Swords as well. King of Swords, Queen of Wands are the two perfect individuals that are really good at expressing their love, expressing their feelings in creative or communicative ways. And I feel like this is your opportunity to do that. Don't hesitate. King of Swords is the challenge, right? Which is you perhaps communicating, talking, or, just being more aware of what you're standing for. And I feel like you know what you stand for. You know what your truths are, and you have a new perspective. But you're strong on your perspective, meaning that you're not willing to budge. You're not willing to change it. Okay? But communicate. Talk about it. Talk about what you feel. Talk about what you believe. Express your feelings to this individual, because this is their person here. And I have a feeling this person really appreciates a person that can communicate back to them in a very efficient way. Now, it's very interesting. You have time to reflect, which you don't have you have hardly any cards in here. that would indicate, you know, to time to reflect. But I can see what they're talking about. Like I said before, with this person helping you figure out you, basically, and this will help you make the decision based off of who you are in that moment, right? Who you've become. I can see that, right? This person's in your life to help you see yourself. That's why they come up as the Queen of Wands. Not in you're coming up as the King of Swords. You're doing the same thing for that person. So the time to reflect is about looking within, figuring out who you are, you know, becoming who you are. And then the second card you have here is protect the green, the wild and the green. Okay. And this is talking about going back into nature, kind of, showing that you're showing your gratitude to Gaia, pretty much, giving back to the earth. Okay, hang on. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much, guys. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Allergies kicking up. I don't know why they always kick up, but they do. But protect the green pretty much means just respect the earth right now. And pretty much, I mean, obviously you don't, because obviously I have to explain it, because obviously, like, you're watching this or reading to get an explanation. Sorry, y'all. Protect the green pretty much says that, the world around you is not entitled. You're not entitled to the world around you. Be sure to give back, to protect, to heal the world as much as you heal yourself. Okay. And right now it's mostly just about appreciating where you are. I mean, honor Gaia is the same. It's kind of the same sort of message, but it's really talking about this protect the wild and the green. It's really talking about just respecting the earth, respecting yourself, and respecting yourself is respecting the earth and appreciating where you are in the moment with what you got, rather than trying to rather than just abusing yourself and abusing the world at the same time. Okay, it's a very interesting message, right? Definitely interesting that these two came up as well. And I feel like right now, guys, you have a really good reading, especially if this is somebody that you've been wanting to have a second chance with. This is your opportunity now. I just feel like this is your opportunity, and I feel like this person is gung-ho and ready to do so too. But there is something here that you're going to get from this. There's something that you're having to look at through the other person, who you are, right? You're not going to get their truth of who you are. You're going to learn who you are the best by how you react, how you interact with them in this relationship. So that's that's big, because then it will give you ideas. And I feel like this will help you, especially to figure out who you are and develop and grow and transform to this beautiful butterfly that you've been dying to bloom into for ages. Okay, if you haven't done it already.